Hey guys, it's Shannon Alexander with the Wood Group of Fairway, and I am here today with Artis.
Hey, what's going on?
He's my special guest today. You guys are pretty lucky. So, today we wanted to talk a little bit about the 10 Commandments when buying a home. So, number one is going to be thou shalt not change jobs or become self employed or quit your job in the middle of buying a house.
So one of the things we've had it. We know things happen with your job, but stick it out through the home process. It'll be 30 days max, and then you can go out and find whatever job you want to.
Absolutely. All right. And number two, thou shalt not buy a car, a truck, or a van, or you might be living in it. So don't go out and buy that new truck or car or refrigerator while you're in the middle of the process. Oops.
All right. So number three is thou shalt not use credit cards in excess or let your current accounts fall behind. Make those payments. It's again 30 days, and you'll be able to after that, if you feel like you don't want to make your payments, fine. Make your payments though, but you wouldn't have to. Just don't do it while you're in the process of buying a house.
Don't do it.
No, do it. Don't not do it.
Don't not do it. Pay your payments on time while you're in the middle of buying a house. We don't want any late payments, which are going to tank your credit. All right, number four, thou shalt not spend money you have set aside for your closing costs, right? We want to make sure when we get to that closing table that you have the funds that you need for your down payment or your closing cost.
Yeah, there's no borrowing from mom, dad, sister, or brother, because we can't have any borrowed funds. So make sure that money that you have put aside, keep it aside until it's time to go to closing. Then you get that cashier's check or wire it in, and then we'll give you the keys.
Absolutely. All right, you want to do number five?
Sure. Number five, thou shalt not forget to tell us about debts you have, such as child support, alimony, new car payments, houses you may have financed through another investor, credit cards you have out there, anything that may show up on your credit at the last minute. Because yes, we will check last minute to make sure that you're still eligible. Make sure that you tell us about it up front. If you tell us about it up front, then we can formulate a plan to make sure that we can everything be smooth towards closing. If you try to wait and say, hey, they'll never find out, guess what? We will find out.
Yep, absolutely. All right, number six, thou shalt not apply for new credit. Thou shalt not charge furniture for your new home. Guys, wait until you get the house. Don't go out and charge up credit cards and buy new furniture before you've even moved to the house, because that's going to cause problems at the end of the process.
Yep.
Like we said before, they're going to check that credit, do a soft pull right before closing, and if any new inquiries show up or new debts, it could cause you to either not qualify, and you may have a whole bunch of nice new furniture and not a new house. So be careful.
All right, so number seven, thou shalt not get married. This one's a little complicated. So we're not telling you you're not telling you to not get married at all. Hey, marriage is a beautiful thing. I love my wife to death, and I'm glad I married her. But I didn't do it in the middle of us buying a house. So if you decide if you already know whether you're going to get married or not. Hopefully it's not anything that you just saw somebody online and said, hey, you know what? I want to marry that person, and then you decided to marry him. So no big Vegas trips, because you may come back married. But no, seriously, if you decide if y'all decide, you just cannot wait. Go ahead and do that in the beginning of the process, so we can go ahead and formulate that plan in the beginning, so that everything is smooth towards the end. If you decide that I just can't wait anymore and I want to elope, and then you come to the closing table and y'all are wearing those big fat rings, and all of a sudden now we have to figure out how to make it go forward. We're good at what most law officers are good at what they do. We're especially good at what we do. We'll help you figure it out, but it's just a lot of unnecessary heartache that you just caused yourself and to everybody else in the loan process. So hey, just wait for a little bit. If they loved you before, they'll love you until. Okay?
Absolutely. And we have had that happen before, actually. So just word for the wise, wait until after you get into the house. All right, number 8, thou shalt not make any large deposits into your account without talking to your loan officer first. So anything that you deposit into your bank account that's not your payroll, so it's not your direct deposits from your employer, those deposits we have to source as loan officers. The underwriter is going to ask us, hey, what's this $3,000? What's this $4,000? And we have to supply documentation to support whatever deposit that is. So if you're going to make a deposit, or you've got a big check that's come in for something, call us, let us know what it is so that we can guide you through that process and let you know exactly what we're going to need before you put the money into the account.
So all those jars of money up buried in the backyard, all that mattress money, hey, just go ahead and save it. Save it until you get ready, till after we close. After you close, go ahead and deposit it in the bank or go bury it back in the backyard. But don't deposit into that account while we're trying to close your loan. And if you have that drug money, hey, leave it where it is.
Yeah, don't deposit it.
Number 9, thou shalt not use cash for your earnest money or deposit any large amounts of cash into your bank at all. Again, can't say that enough. I know we kind of touched on it the last one, but want to reiterate, no cash deposits at all. Because again, we have to figure out where it all comes from. We have to make sure that it's not any drug money you're trying to launder or anything like that. Not saying people will do that, but people will do that. And then the earnest money, we have to source where all the money comes from. So we have to see it coming out of your account. And we can't source cash. So just go ahead and get a money order that came directly from your account using your bank card or something like that, or go ahead and write a check. I know it's a lost art, but hey, go online, go to YouTube, find out how to write a check, and then they'll tell you how to write a check.
Right. And like you said, checks are easy for us because it shows up in your bank account, it shows the check number, and then we can show the underwriter where you paid that earnest money so that we can credit it back to your closing. Because if you put it down as a deposit, you'll want to get it back. So we're trying to help you do that. Yeah. All right. Number 10, thou shalt not co-sign for a loan for anyone else. So your brother calls you and says, I got to buy this car, but my credit sucks. Will you help me? Can you co-sign? No. It's a no. Yeah,
kids say, hey, Dad, Mom, I need this student loan so I can pay for books and tuition. No, don't do it. Wait until after you close. Typically, they're going to take that money and go out and party on it anyway. But hey, like I said, wait until after you close. Let them. They can wait for a little bit longer till after we close. Then you can go in and sign for loans to your heart's content.
Absolutely. We are just giving you all these little tips here because we have seen personally all of these things happen, and we want to make sure that the process for you is as smooth as possible. So please remember these 10 commandments of buying a house and while you're buying a house. And as always, if you have questions, call me, call Artis. We're here to help. We're here to troubleshoot. We can usually figure out a way to make it happen, but you just got to be honest with us and let us know what's going on so that we can figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people try to hide that just can't be hidden because it'll all come out in the wash anyway. So just be honest and upfront with your loan officer. That way they can help you out and, like I said, make that process as smooth as possible. Because hey, buying a home should be a happy process. If you're stressed out during the process, then it just makes everybody a bad taste in everybody's mouth for the home buying process. And we wanted to make it as a happy and joyous occasion as we can.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, give us a call at the office. We're at 254-295-0905. And again, we're Team Alexander. Bye,
Have a great
guys.
day.